Gentlemen, it's a great pleasure to be together with you guys today. It's been a project that my husband and I thought for quite a long time that it would be a fun thing to do, to share, a business that I bought 10 years ago that I'm very proud of, and that's probably the best tailor on the planet and makes people look great. And I've got with me the guys who are running Huntsman in New York. We're based in London, but New York is a very important place, and America is a very important place for us for centuries, really. And so they'll explain more about what makes somebody a special suit or jacket. What we thought it would be good is to get from each of you guys who have been chosen by the professors at Morehouse College for the Huntsman Success Award to basically tell us a little bit about you.
Yes, sir. I'm Christian Porter, economics major and mathematics minor, senior at Morehouse College. I'd say my aspirations would be to become financially sound. Once I graduate from Morehouse, I'll be working sales and trading with Bank of America in New York. So that's perfect. So it would be great to have a suit for that. And then I would say the CEO of Bank of America, Brian Moynihan, with how he wants to give back to the community. His goal to hire so many people of color and veterans as well.
What does wearing a suit evoke to you?
So what that means to me is it shows professionalism in what you do. So so before coming to Morehouse, I was in the military. So my suit there was like a suit of armor. It showed that I was a professional and I knew and trained in what I was doing. When I get to Wall Street in New York, my suit will be the general suit that we think of and that Huntsman makes.
And if you were thinking of people who look great in a suit or a jacket, who comes to mind?
Well, the first person that comes to mind would be my dad. He actually he has a large collection of suits. That's actually when I got into the business realm myself. But I would also just say coming down to Morehouse, seeing all the eccentric suits down there, all the different colors. Before, I thought suits just had to be blue, black, or gray, and I just see all these different colors that people wear to the different events down there.
My name is Yusuf Lewis. I'm a senior finance major from Detroit, Michigan. I'm graduating in May. A little bit about my aspirations once I graduate is I'm big in entrepreneurship. While I was in school, I founded 2 companies. One named was Soul Snatchers, which was a sneaker resale business. While I was at Morehouse, I started a sneaker event, which was, it started to gain a lot of traction, but due to COVID, it had to slow down. I started another company in a different industry. I decided to go into the cleaning industry because it's one that's cash flowing and it's just right now it's in need.
Cool. And when you're looking at dressing up, it's dressing up for work, dressing up for party. What does wearing a suit mean to you?
I've been wearing suits since high school. I went to a Jesuit school, so we had to wear a button up and slacks every day. And the way that I looked at it was kind of like a coat of armor. It's like every day we stepped in the classroom, our professors would say, you have to have the shirt up, have the tie up tight, no slouching tie, no sagging pants, make sure you're wearing a belt. And so I always looked at it as a coat of armor because, it felt like I was in the best position to learn, once I was feeling good.
So the guys will tell you more about the Huntsman trick, which is the one button, which is it's quite difficult to create, but when you do it well, it really focuses people's attention. And it's interesting you mentioned that.
It's a pleasure to be here. My name is Hermy Mesidor. I'm an economics major at Morehouse College with a minor in mathematics, and I'm from Orlando, Florida. And some of my aspirations after I graduate, I've always been a fan of economic development. So, and that stems from me being in the community and see what's missing, what's not there. And I believe that in order for my community to be better, I think we all need to be able to sustain each other and be able to sustain the community that we are in. So that's always been a goal of mine. So I do have an internship this upcoming summer as a wealth management intern. And I believe that would be my first step to understand how money is managed and stuff like that, and be able to spread that knowledge to people in my community and be able to help and apply that some way so I can like be like some type of pillar for my community.
Anybody you aspire in the business world or in another community, and anybody you think is looking absolutely amazing?
My mother loves Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey got he has a great personality, and I think I like the way that he's always in suit. Ever since he was doing his first comedy shows, he's always stayed in the suit and stick with it and always look, fly, if you understand what I'm saying.
Hello, it's so great to be here. I'm like smiling from ear to ear. It's so exciting to see my brothers here as well that, Yusuf, we started an LLC together freshman year. So it's so great to see us come to this far and be successful along our journey. But my name is Dawud Crayton Jr. Thank you for coming out to be here with us. I'm a senior business accounting major. I'm currently also a building substitute at a local elementary school. So that's just been a fun kind of way to get myself out of the house during this pandemic. After school, after graduation in May, I will be working with PwC in assurance, and then I will start my Master's of Business Analytics in July at Wake Forest University in North Carolina. I will finish that by May 2022, and then from there, we'll see what opportunities lay for me next. There's an air expectation at Morehouse College, and part of that expectation is that there are 5 wells. And one of those wells is being well-dressed. And so there is, within that air, there's a crown that Mother Morehouse holds above the heads of every student there. And in reaching that crown, you are fulfilling those wells. And so as I come to this conclusion of my matriculation at Morehouse College, being a part of this scholarship program is amazing for me because I didn't have a suit before, and now I have a Huntsman and on the way. So for me, it is finally reaching that crown that Mother Morehouse holds over my head.
Hi guys, my name is Courtney Mays. I'm a business major from Kansas City, Missouri. And I just wanted to say thank you so much for having me here. This is a great way to cap off my Morehouse career. My role model in business is actually Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He's been my role. It's the reason he's my role model in business is because he's actually been my role model since I was a very young child. He began to win my heart over as a wrestler. And I loved wrestling. I wrestled in middle school and high school. So he just really won me over then. And then he switched hats and then became an actor and then won my heart over there. And I started to see how he used that same charisma, that same skill set in that realm, and then jumped into business. And then I saw how he, owned his own brand under Under Armour and owned his own tequila. And I just started to see how being a businessman is awesome, especially when you can wear many hats and do them all so well. So that's why The Rock's my role model in business. And my aspirations, I also want to wear many hats. When it comes to suits, like many of these gentlemen said before, I've always compared my suit to something outside of what you would normally consider professional. I'm an athlete, so I compare my suit to my football gear. When I strap on that helmet, when I strap the chin pad on, it's time to work. Same with my suit. When I put this jacket on, when I tie up my tie, I know it's time to work. As a Morehouse man, they taught us to wear these suits. They taught us to hold this armor. So now when I do go out and I dress like this, I make a difference. I make a difference for those young Black men under me who've never seen a Black man in a suit before. I make a difference for those gentlemen who came before me and they said, wow, one day I hope that these young Black men can wear these suits and can go in these places that I couldn't go. So that's what a suit means for me. I wear this suit for my ancestors. And I wear this suit for the gentlemen who come after me. So that's really what a suit means to me. And then lastly, just some guys who I feel wear the suit the best. I feel like The Rock wears the suit very, very well. I think that because his size, if you look at The Rock is a very large man. So you wouldn't think that a man like that could wear a suit very well just because of his shape. However, I like how his suits are tailored for an athletic man.
So this is our place on 57th Street where Ralph and Ed are running the show.
But today's clients in the 21st century have access to us at all times.
Really, it's quite groundbreaking for Huntsman to have a, really an extension of the London experience here in New York.
And this is exactly what American clients have come to us for, so they can share that same experience that it once took them a 3,000-mile journey. Huntsman has a singular advantage where we've got an in-situ 24/7 cutting theater manned by a London-born, Huntsman-trained cutter. London-born, Huntsman-trained, clients can have an entire lifetime of Huntsman experience with him. You may have seen me in that short video. My name is Ed Turco, and I'm the U.S. Director for Huntsman. I was a little bit younger in that video. One of the most important aspects of a bespoke garment and dressing well is that you wear the suit doesn't wear you. And that's the beauty of bespoke. I always think of Huntsman like a house of worship. You can choose to sit in a different chair or pew, but it is one contiguous aesthetic look. And that's part of our 170-year heritage. As much as things change, they don't really change, because when you're dealing with style and quality, those are things that are not defined by fads or high fashion. Style is really different than fashion. Style is something that is enduring and it lasts forever. Separates, which Pierre touched upon. And Pierre mentioned that we've had the last 10 years, we've sold as many jackets and blazers as we've sold suits. Gentlemen can wear a blazer or a tweed sport jacket with a tailored pair of trousers, and it's totally acceptable for business. Again, it's how you define your own personal style. We have clients who wear only navy suits, and we have clients who only wear tweed jackets. In every case, they could be at the top of their game, the top of their profession, bankers, attorneys, businessmen, entrepreneurs. It depends on how they define their own personal sense of style. Courtney, you mentioned The Rock. I'm old enough to know The Rock's father, God rest his soul, who I had occasion to meet several times. And it was, that limb did not fall far from the tree. So I think the heritage and the discipline that Dwayne Johnson received from his dad and from his uncle is really, that's also part of sustainability. It's the heritage of the family, which is extremely important and also speaks to the generational nature of Huntsman. Pierre mentioned Brandon Cooks. Brandon Cooks, who's now played for 3 teams. We met him when he was a Super Bowl hero for the Patriots. And then I'd seen him when he was in Los Angeles, and now he plays for the Houston Texans. The flex weave suit, that really fancy suit that looks like top of a sneaker, which it was the promotional suit that we made, but Ralph and I actually made his entire wardrobe, including his wedding dinner suit, which he wore when he got married to his high school sweetheart on the beach in Hawaii.
So what I do, I'm a cutter, and I take essentially 30 to 40 of your measures. And more importantly, I gauge your figuration notes, and I draft a paper pattern. And from that, we cut the cloth that you've selected, and then it gets assembled into a baste, which is a baste is assembled with basting cotton. So I can rip it down and carry out multiple fittings, and every fitting I adjust the pattern. You guys all mentioned about coat of armor. those fittings I take and the all the handwork, I'll get onto handwork, creates that coat of armor that you're all talking about.
The permutations are infinite. So when you're dealing with someone who's got an athletic fit, a Brandon Cook, someone who wants a peak lapel, wants their trousers to fit a certain way, you can only achieve that level of definition by the bespoke pattern, because we're not defined by grade rules. We can make a garment to fit any person, any size, any shape, any way.
It's indeed why we bother to take all these measures, because when it's really, if you look at ready to wear, you take something that has been made for an average person. If you take made to measure, it's tweaked to get as close as possible without redoing the whole garment to fit you. But you can imagine that it's okay, but it's not the real thing. And the real thing is really, if you get somebody talented who's going to take and build just for you.
What's the best advice that you can give us all for us to be successful, and which advice can we apply today that you all will be able to share?
Be who you are and stick with it.
You know what? I so love that answer. It's the Barack Obama t-shirt for the first campaign. Yes, you can. It's as simple as that. Don't let anybody tell you you can't do it. Whether and it's not even a race issue. It's being young, or it's being, not this or not that. If people tell you you can't, yes, you can. And then if you believe in yourself, you'll nail it. Especially with the degrees that you guys are getting. I mean, this is really, this is hard stuff. So you got something special.
Again, I just want to say again, thank you so much. It's not often do we see someone want to pour into us, not just financially, but also take the time to actually talk to us and see us face to face and really see what we're all about. So that really matters to each one of us. And so thank you very much for that.
You're welcome. Take care of yourself, guys.
First and foremost, you've got the consultation with the salesman. Very important, because we have over 6,000 cloths here to choose from. So once the customer's left, we receive the cloth and the measurements and translate that into a paper pattern. This is essentially our Bible. My favourite part of the process is cutting the actual pattern itself. You can lose yourself in that. Once that fitting is done, we will then rip the jacket to pieces. The fitting after that will have pockets in, facings in, all the linings. And at that stage, we're trying it on really for fine-tuning.
There are many British and American movie stars we've made clothes for through the years. Dirk Bogarde, Peter Ustinov, Peter Sellers, many American stars, Clark Gable, I think. Even Laurence Olivier was a customer here.